Are you ready for a new concept? A concept that is very much in news at present. Welcome to the ITM University Online. This is a webinar on planned obsolescence. Is this term alien to you? Then I would like to explain to you what this term means. Planned obsolescence is a policy of planning or designing a product with an artificially limited useful life so that it will become obsolete after a certain period of time. That means at the point of designing itself, you decide the expiry date of that product. You may think or you may wonder why producers or organizations are going for a planned obsolescence. Who in this world will expect or want their product to perish? And will they plan the perishing of their product? But there is a very great business secret behind planned obsolescence. Why organizations are going behind this? There is only one reason. They want to increase the sales by bringing down the time gap between the purchases of people. Let me explain this concept with an example. For example, I am buying a mobile. If it is from a good company, I can use that mobile easily for another 6 to 7 years. But if a customer uses a product for a longer lifespan, then the company will not get repeated purchase. The revenue can't be extracted from that customer. Therefore, the companies come up with new models. They release new models every year. There may not be big changes in the model compared to the previous one, but still they come up with something new, something which is enticing, something which attracts the attention of the customers. Why? Because the customers will be forced to go for a new one and they will be forced to purchase. And this is all about planned obsolescence. It all started in United States. In 1920s, the United States, the automobile market reached a saturation, and the policymakers and the industrial experts all were deliberating on how to overcome this particular challenge, and they came up with a solution, that is planned obsolescence. They decided to come up with new models every year or every 6 months, so that people will buy new models. People will be forced to upgrade themselves. It became a pride of the people to own a new model. That was the message given to the customers. And that's how the entire idea kick-started. Basically, this term was introduced by Bernard London, and he introduced this concept to increase the consumption of the customers. When customers consume more production will happen, there will be more economic activity happening, and there will be more prosperity for the country. That's what he said. But you have to be very careful when you are venturing into planned obsolescence, because customers, before they catch up with your product, the competitors may grab them. Therefore, only if you are very adept in doing it, go for it. Otherwise, you please move ahead with your traditional way of doing business. And the way in which you have to do planned obsolescence, there are supporters and critics. For example, Peter Drucker, he was a great supporter of planned obsolescence. This is what he said: the much so-called planned obsolescence is the working of the competitive and technological forces. He said that if you want to exist in the market, if you want to surpass your competitors, if you want to ensure the long-term sustainability of your organization, you have to implement planned obsolescence. It is not something which you can keep aside. It is something which you have to embed in the very fabric of your organization. And there are critics. Vance Packard is a great critic of planned obsolescence. He said that it is just like looting the customers. You are forcing the customers to buy. You are creating an artificial need, and it results in a lot of resource loss. Therefore, never go for planned obsolescence. And both critics and supporters, they are fighting each other. But still, there is no consensus about whether to go for planned obsolescence or not. If you are into planned obsolescence, you have to keep one thing in your mind. There should be minimum players in your market. You should be in an oligopoly for planned obsolescence to be successful. If you take the case of Japanese car makers who came up with durable products or durable cars with a longer lifespan, the US competitors were forced to upgrade their models and come up with more durable products. And that is how it works. Therefore, if you are in an oligopoly, if there are few players, then this works. But you have to always keep in mind the risk of leaving aside your customers. Therefore, if you want to capture the market, if you want to make an impression in the minds of the customers, if you want to sustain your product for posterity, this is one thing that you can apply: planned obsolescence. It is a very good concept, and if applied at the right place, in the right way, then it will add a lot of value. It will give you a leverage over your competitors. Therefore, next time when you are into a business development team, always keep in mind the concept of planned obsolescence. Thank you.